Dr. Garza, Chairman Evans, Student Representative Ms. Chu, and esteemed school board members. I am Paul McClemens, President of the Fairfax County Federation of Teachers. I represent FCPS educators who chose this school system because they love what they do and they love the school system that we work in. I am here tonight to address one of the issues that impacts the FCPS strategic plan. One of the 4 Ignite goals is a premier workforce. Dr. Garza and FCPS has shown last year that they care about its teachers by sticking to its promise to pay our teachers more money and bring those teacher scales up to a level that is more competitive with the other surrounding school districts. However, if FCPS wants to remain at the top level in our area, we must invest in quality substitute teachers. The FCPS School Board voted on cutting the pay of our retired school teachers who loved their career and decided to continue to offer those services after their retirement. FCPS is in danger of losing its most qualified substitute teachers to other surrounding school districts because of the lack of money in the budget. The same substitute teachers who helped create a premier workforce. These retired teachers come back into our schools to take long-term teaching positions for teachers who are on a leave of absence, sick, at a doctor's appointment, or whatever other reason they are needed. I respect the vote that took place at the last school board meeting to raise the pay to retired FCPS teachers, but that is just a few pennies for what they are asked to do once they enter the classroom. For those teachers, their day doesn't end when the student goes home. They often come to school early to talk to parents or other staff members, get the classroom ready for the rest of the day, make copies, answer emails. The same applies to after schools where they grade papers, make more copies, answer more emails and phone calls, plan out lessons, attend meetings, and all the other duties required by a long-term substitute. A retired physics teacher reached out to the school board members and myself. His name is Tom. I'm going to share Tom's story tonight. Tom wrote, as an example of some of the advantages of using a retired sub for a long-term position, I'll tell you about my last long-term sub job. For the last couple of years, I normally sub 2 or 3 days a week within 10 miles of my house. This past November, a Centerville High School physics teacher contacted me about being a long-term sub for him while his son was having open heart surgery. One of his fellow teachers had given him my name. Although it was outside of my normal area, I accepted the job. The science AP and the science department chair were delighted that I could take the job. I took over 2 active physics classes and 3 regular physics classes. He was using the county's curriculum for the active physics. I know that curriculum very well since I was on the county's committee that came up with it. I've also taught many regular physics classes and still have a lot of my own materials. He wanted me to do a unit on waves. He set me up with the first couple of classes, and I did the rest using a combination of materials and my own. The teacher and the AP were pleased with the results. There were a few regular subs who have the background, experience, and to successfully use the automated systems effectively for a long-term assignment. Retired teachers have significantly more classroom experience and FCPS savvy than any typical sub. Sadly, he took a part-time job elsewhere and limits the jobs he takes. So they are great assets to our community, and we need to support them for the premier quality education they provide to make sure all students become a successful portrait of a graduate. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hickerson.
Good evening, Superintendent Garza, Chairwoman Evans, and Fairfax County School Board members. My name is Kevin Hickerson, and I'm the president of the Fairfax Education Association. And I'm here to speak tonight about the FCPS strategic plan, specifically focusing on our lactation support programming policy and funding FCPS and how it affects our premier workforce. The lactation support programming policy has the FEA's full backing. At the state level, the Virginia Education Association helped lobby to pass the law that affected the entire Commonwealth that ensured the language in the Affordable Care Act was being followed. FEA past President Kimberly Adams, you will not forget her because she's a very important person, was one of the staunchest advocates for it and lobbied tirelessly for its passage. Our employees are diligent workers who go the extra mile time after time to make sure that our students have the best education possible. They sometimes feel guilty about taking bathroom breaks, let alone taking the time out to express milk for their child. We are glad that FCPS is furthering its commitment to ensuring our employees can adequately take this on. The FEA stands ready to help out in any way possible to provide ideas and support to create this policy. We need to also examine the other policies and regulations that affect the health and well-being of our employees. The FEA looks forward to having conversations with each of you here to discuss how we can help maintain a premier workforce. In the last budget, the FEA stood beside FCPS and worked with you to bring more funding for this school year. The FEA is proud of our collaborative efforts with the FCPS and looks forward to working with you again. The public should know that even though we had a victory in securing more funding to maintain and upgrade our workforce, we are still behind other counties in this area in terms of average salary. This could be one of the reasons that there are over 200 instructional vacancies in FCPS, mostly in special education at the elementary level. The vacancies have the potential to create stress in the classroom with bigger class sizes, less one-on-one attention from our teachers, and reduced positive outcomes for our students. Because of this, the Fairfax Education Association and the Fairfax County Federation of Teachers are committed to passing the ballot initiative for the meals tax that will deliver 70% of the revenue to Fairfax County Public Schools. We will work with our fellow brothers and sisters throughout the county to make sure that it successfully passes. Thank you for your time.